What's good, you guys, and welcome on another episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're joining for the very first time, thank you as well for being here today. Since Trump became the president, it is one thing, or it has been one thing to the other, and it is all over the news. The last order has sparked a lot of, reaction, and people are even saying they are scared, and this is no longer looking like a joke. Like, people really need to take this serious. The last update was him ordering the Justice Department to delete the police misconduct database, and people have been screaming at how scary this is going, and it has been sparking a lot of conversation. You guys, let's just go into it because for real, it is actually looking scary.
Trump just ordered the Justice Department to delete the police misconduct database, and they just did it. Trump just ordered the Justice Department to delete the police misconduct database, and they just did it. Do you understand how the police misconduct database, right, is a federal database where the worst police officers who have committed the worst crimes, who have been, in America, police officers will commit a crime in one police department or one state and then go to another state and get hired. That's a thing. We know that. Okay. Federal police department database, misconduct database has always existed, right? That's for the worst versions of those guys, so that no police department ever will hire them again. Like, the worst of the worst, the Nazis, the rapists, literally any police officer who forces himself upon a woman gets convicted, makes it to that list. Now that list is deleted, those same men, now that it's deleted today, those men can go and apply to jobs at any other police department, and they will get them. Ladies, maybe this needs to sink into white women, those policemen that come when you're drunk and handcuff you when you're really drunk. In New York City, I remember the police officer that forced himself, that took that woman back home and forced himself into her. When he gets released now, because of what Trump did, he can get rehired in New Jersey. This is a special message. Aisha, if you're watching this, I'm serious. Whatever we had planned, we gotta accelerate that shit. We gotta leave this country.
So the president ordered the Department of Justice to get rid of the entire database as it relates to police misconduct. And they did it. Who does that help? Who does that help? Whose groceries does that make cheaper? Whose price of gas does that decrease? Whose housing becomes more affordable? Whose cost of living is able to be sustained on a 9-to-5 job in any state now? Whose life does that make better? No one's. The answer is it helps no one. What it does is it demonstrates how one individual who wants to put himself above the law and rewrite the law and determine what the law is and is not, is now trying to make it so that other individuals are also above the law. Did y'all think he was joking when he said he wants to give all police immunity? Innocent people don't need immunity, one, but two, why would you then put police officers above the law when they should be the ones protecting and serving? And if they do something that rises to the level of misconduct, they should be held accountable for their actions. But now you had the entire database of police misconduct erased. Who does that help? How does that benefit anyone?
Trump just ordered the database that holds all of the misconduct for all federal police officers to be completely deleted, and they did it. And this is something that Black Americans fought for after the George Floyd murder. And it's absolutely insane. The Federal Police Misconduct Database, known as the National Law Enforcement Accountability Database, or NLEAD, was introduced under the Biden administration as part of like an executive order that was basically going to increase accountability and make transparency in the law enforcement. They wanted to make sure that federal agencies following national protests over police violence were tracked. Main part about this database is intended to track officers' misconduct, including things like excessive force, termination, or decertifications, with the goal of improving oversight and preventing problematic officers from being rehired within other departments. Leading this database literally took away all accountability that we were able to build from 2022 until now. Please tell me why you think this man gives a damn about us.
Justice Department deleting all that data means that they're preparing to have the minions. They're going to be the guardians of the faith. The guardians. Y'all know where they come from. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, is our military going to comply? Is our society just going to fall in line and just do whatever? And there has to be somebody who's going to do it, right? If there's going to be a body of people who comply, they have to be corrupt. That's the only way, right? So it has to be people who are already corrupt, like extremely corrupt. And who better to do that or be that than corrupt police officers? They already have the training. They already do what the fuck they want to do. Wow, they didn't delete that database. They kept that database. I'm telling y'all, they kept it. They kept that database. And that's what they're going to call on to be in their system. That's who they're going to call on to, like, be complicit in whatever they want them to do. That's going to be their army. The guardians of the faith.
Have you seen the headline? Because people have been talking about it. I took time to listen to people literally talking and breaking this down and what it means. And you guys, it is actually scary. It is really scary. There were even some people saying, oh, it's AI. This is not real. Like, when the George Floyd situation happened, it was a very scary, triggering, painful situation. I'm sure we all know that. You need to live under the rock if you don't know the George Floyd situation. Black people fought so hard for this thing to be put in place so that these people can be held accountable for their sins. But now deleted, like, you cannot even query it, and it is that insane and that's scary. Some were saying, oh, it is here, I don't believe it is true. It is actually true. It is online. If you go on the website, you're going to see and read it right there. It's actually very, very serious. This person is saying, why are we humans programmed to sit around when things go bad? We never do anything except complain. Why are we like this? Everybody's hoping that something is going to be done, because I think even before this order, there are some of the things that he has been saying they would do even before he was even elected. I think some people are even saying, are we going to just sit around and let this play out like this? Another person said the police misconduct database will still be stored somewhere for the protection of these officers and the politicians, but it will be hidden deeply somewhere. Nothing is ever fully deleted. But who does this actually benefit? It benefits the politicians and the billionaires and all that, because they are the only one who will be able to go check that. Even if it is real and not totally deleted. I have this even something that is supposed to be done in the first place. Then can they actually do it? Because this is scary for you. Another person said, I saw someone clip a Fox News interview with Elon and Trump saying if America falls, there is no escape. Americans think they can go to New Zealand or something, but that won't be possible. Some are even saying they are packing their bags. I think one of the teachers were mentioned calling someone's name and saying, you know what, we have to get out of here. Database did not always exist. They recently created that database in December 2023 as an hiring tool for the department. From my understanding, it does what HR is doing already. What do you guys think about this headline? Because yes, it is scary. This is the best time to always tune in into the news, because there are new rules and new laws and new orders every single day. Let me know what you guys think. And if you've seen that headline, what was your first reaction? Was it like, oh, shocking, scary? Let me know what you think in the comment section. I will see you guys in the next one.